Hello. All right. Hello. How's everybody doing tonight or this morning or middle of the afternoon?
Hmm.
Yeah. So I have half a mind, and I put half of that mind to playing around with other stuff, and ultimately I came crawling back to Pathfinder. I will eventually play other stuff. Probably not even that far from now, but yeah, I just found myself going, I really do want to play me some more Pathfinder. I was thinking I would spend some time doing some breaching tonight and then some bossing. Kind of wrap the night up later on with bossing. I mean, I think the biggest thing you can do for like the build in the campaign is just get as much flat damage as possible. Um, like I just rotated through all the different unique bows up until Sliver Tongue. The only unique bow that's like really bad would be Quill Rain because it attacks very fast, and the whole point of poison is not attacking fast but attacking hard. But especially with Plague Finger, you can just put like flat fire damage or flat lightning damage or whatever runes into your weapons. That helps a lot. All the flat damage you can get out of rings and stuff helps too. And then, of course, Plague Bearer, like continuing to level up Plague Bearer helps. The first Ascendancy is pretty good for clear, too, and then the second Ascendancy is huge for, like, single target damage, and then from there, you're just off to the races. I did not play around with Snipe. I found that just Toxic Growthing and Plague Bearer was, like, enough to just nuke all the bosses throughout the campaign, pretty much. Not that you can't do it, you can try it. I just find Snipe to be pretty clumsy to use because it's such a long, slow wind up. Couple of quick rituals, yep. Sweet, I haven't seen an Abyssal Depths in a little while. Maybe we can get something nice out of this.
Barely broke a sweat.
Oh, that's a wall. I thought that was going to be a wraparound. Not so much. I've made quite a few upgrades to the build over the last couple of days. Mainly Plague Burst Arrow and Poison Burst Arrow and Plague Bearer for like clearing packs in the campaign. At least until later on. Once you get Sliver Tongue, it's pretty much just like Poison Burst Arrow for clearing through zones. Nice. Nice. Anything good? maybe. Nah.
Nowhere to run.
And then for bossing, it's pretty much like Toxic Growth, Plague Bearer, just back and forth for bossing.
Suffocate.
You can use Gas Arrow, although in the campaign that's a little like whatever. But you can use Gas Arrow like this, like you throw down Gas Arrow and then Toxic Growth into it over and over again. But it's kind of janky with fire. Gas Arrow will explode as soon as fire gets in there and nuke your ability to deal damage, so you don't want to
Too weak.
like lose or give up Plague Bearer in order to do that. It's just like a easier way to get a little bit more damage out on bosses. Situations where you're gonna be standing still for a while, you could shoot like that instead of, you know, like Toxic Growth Plague Bearer, Toxic Growth Plague Bearer, which feels pretty good. Like, I like that feeling of back and forth, but definitely easier to just press one button and then jackhammer the other over and over. Until something fiery comes along and ruins it. Hot damn. Perfect Regal.
Come closer. Let me tread your doom.
Alright, Ritual 3 or 4 of 4 coming up. Maybe we can get a decent amount of tribute here, because numbers have been a little low so far on this map.
Prepare yourself.
Where's that last couple of rares down south? Alright. I remember when these walkthroughs here actually passed through. Didn't really make sense, like, you're just kind of walking on water. But it felt better. Oh, thank you, Healy. Agreed. Poison is pretty awesome in this game. I like it quite a lot more in PoE 2 than I do in PoE 1, which I definitely didn't think I was going to feel that way.
Too weak, too slow.
Your mic is muted. Alrighty. Oh, hot, nice. Alright, Dextral Erasure. Great. That's a good one. Oh, Sinistral Crystallization all the way down to 20 tribute. That feels pretty good, too. Alright, what have we here? She's a little busy. She'll be around more in a few, I'm sure.
I'm here. I want to talk to everybody. I'm just eating. Laryl ate before stream. I'm eating now.
That's true.
I had a mouthful of food, and I was saying thanks, Healy, and he's like, "You're not making any noise with your mic." Yeah, I know.
Yeah, she's just saying it into the ether, hoping that that message just travels from here to there. Wow. 43% rarity. I know this really isn't a great helm or anything, but 40% rarity is pretty solid.
Indeed.
Is that a good price for that? I have no idea.
Let's zazz it up a bit here.
Also, how dare you suggest that I don't want to talk to you guys?
That's right. Yeah, that was me a few minutes ago. Num 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 num.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
Laryl
couple
had
devs.
a very elaborate dish. I'm just having some, like, pot pie.
Yeah, that's right.
These are our supplies.
That's definitely Garbanzo. And then is Exceptional Wrath Scepter with 2 sockets. Is that anything? No, right? 10 exalts. So no. Alright.
Indeed.
Matt. Alright, I feel like that's definitely not worth anything. I don't know. I don't know, minion build bases at all, so...
Something to learn.
Yeah, I mean, I probably should, you know, having blind spots in your knowledge of builds means that's, like, stuff you don't know what it's worth, like, super well. Waste time trying to either figure out that something is worth nothing, or give stuff away for free accidentally. Neither of those is great.
Oh,
No.
Barely broke a sweat. Suffer.
I mean, you can get into tier 15s with a sliver tongue, like, very comfortably.
Was up at that.
So, not very much.
Ready to hunt.
Prepare yourself.
Nice. I like these little rune monoliths. I do wish they didn't obstruct line of sight, though. I mean, it makes sense why they do, like, logically, but it would be nice if they weren't, doing this to me. Damn it. Alright, that'll work. No problem. Welcome to the game. It's very big and there's a lot going on in it. This is my, I don't know, 20th league or something, and I still feel like there's always just an immense amount more to learn.
Sweat. Sick red.
She started to say Toxic Rain. I heard her get cut herself off in the middle of it. But she's technically got parts of the words out. I could see it on the screen that she said Toxic Rain, even if I didn't really hear it with my ears so much. Yeah. P-Conk doesn't exist anymore, but I know what you're asking. Acidic Conk, I played around with it. I thought it was horrible. I think there were maybe like some bugged versions of it that made it work, but I just did not think it was good at all. Toxic Growth does like genuinely like 10 times more damage, and the thing is, in order to make Acidic Concoction work, you have to do the poison damage first anyway, so it's not like you get to do it instead of toxic growth. You have to do it after toxic growth as like a finisher to snap off all the remaining damage, and kind of better just casting another toxic growth and letting it tick out. So I like the idea of what they're doing with acidic concoction, but I think it's like all backwards. I think it should be like you cast it on an enemy and then it puts a debuff on them, and then poisons do more damage while that debuff's up or something. Like something more maintenance buffy rather than like it's gonna eat all the remaining poisons and do damage based on that. Because the poisons in this game do not last long enough. Like if this were PoE 2 or PoE 1, where you're dropping like minute-long poisons on a classic assassin, then we'd be in business. But it's not, so these poisons last for like 1.5 seconds. By the time you even get the acidic concoction thrown, it's almost gone. What the hell is going on here? Where's Delwyn? I feel like I'm being lied to. I'm being, what's that word? Gaslit. Yeah, it's very possible that daggers will come out, and then like acidic concoction will make perfect sense and be insane with daggers. Or just more uniques that make the poison playstyle work for other skills. Like, I was kicking around the idea of doing like a poison staff Pathfinder, just immediate back-to-back Pathfinder builds. And it's not like I've totally ruled that idea out, but probably have. Oh, thank you very much for the bits. Wow at night, I know that name.
Too weak, too slow.
Yeah. No, they're not all working. Yeah.
Suffocate.
There's a lot of blood flowing around there. Alright, cool. Ah, no, I don't have enough tribute to defer that dextral erasure. That's very annoying. So it's gonna go back up in price a bit. That's so irritating. Always the fear of deferring too much crap. What am I deferring that's so damn expensive? Like these crappy little worthless exalts or something? Yeah, I don't care about them. I think that's why I can't do the dextral erasure too. Oh, that's very annoying. Alright, yeah, don't box yourself into a corner, I suppose, deferring, like, garbage. Where the hell is my damage? What's going on with this map? I mean, I know that that guy's kind of big and bulky or whatever, but I feel like I'm missing, like, a ton of damage. I don't get it. I don't know why my damage was so bad on that guy. I feel like I killed Pinnacle bosses faster than that monkey. Whatever, at least I didn't go Quinn mode. Get flattened. That is the last thing that killed me in a map, was that big twin murdering monkey. Okay, we got a corruption right here. That's perfect. So we'll come over here, hit this tower, hit that corruption, and then look for another tower in the area and clear it all out, and it'll be gravy. Yeah. Sick.
Lethal.
How very interesting. I love technology. What does it say? And I'm playing World of Warcraft? Oh, I'm not playing video games. I'm actually just chatting, guys. I'm doing a lifestyle stream right now. Oh yeah, big time.
Return to death.
Here's my loadout. I'm going to Walmart. What's happening? No, I don't want a AMD auto update to pop up in the middle of gaming, please. Thank you. Hello, Omen of Light. Love you. I'm not sure what that was. I'm gonna have to look at that later on. Because I doubt I have a BIOS update. But then what would AMD be wanting to update instead? Some software that over or underclocks some part of my computer? You got it. Ah, damn fireman. He's ruined my gas cloud. This is ultimately what made me not just play gas cloud outright, that and the mana issues. Naturally. That's right. It's on fire.
Too weak, too slow.
I think the 3 tiers of currency system is working pretty well. I wonder if they'll do anything like that in PoE 1. Probably not, because there's so many deterministic crafting methods and multi-modding and crafting bench and all that, but, you know, maybe. Kind of already have it with essences, but on a much smaller scale. Kill a guy, and then you're like, oh, that's it? You're the last one? Jeez. I thought there were more. Only in real life for you? You go Seagal mode. Yeah. Damn. He's the greatest guitarist of all time. I don't know what you mean. All right. For the listeners at home or work or the bus or on a plane or wherever else. That's right. I don't know about, I can't speak for Sunset, but I can speak for myself and my mom. We're big, ironic Steven Seagal fans. Not sincere in the least. Just a huge fan of people who think they're great and don't realize that anyone else thinks otherwise. Yeah.
And
Just straight up think he sucks. He's a straight up evil man. That's a good feeling to have on the Steven Seagal front. But, you know, he's a very laughable evil man. So. Oh, yeah. I mean, the way that he speaks about himself, too, like, he apparently did teach Aikido in Japan or something, and I guess maybe, like, he was one of the first white people to do so, but then it's always like, and all of the Japanese people were so impressed by the way that I spoke Japanese to them, they said, you speak it better than I do. Like, I doubt that any... Oh yeah, that's true. But leave it to Steven Seagal to, yeah, leave it to Steven Seagal to hear that and be like, it's real. Doing it all day long. It is a polite thing to say, and sometimes it's just completely correct too.
What is it?
Yeah, but then come in the stories where he's like, and also the CIA hired me to free many diplomatic individuals who I can't speak about any further. And it's like, oh yeah, please do go on. Continue telling me your made up stories. You know, it's that kind of person. I'm sure everybody knew somebody like this in their life, like a kid who's like told you that they invented hoverboards, and you're like,
Someone is bound to buy that.
okay, can I see it? No, I can't show it to anybody. Awesome. Yeah, I invented them. It's illegal for me to show it to anyone. All right. Sick. And it's just that really does it for me. Yeah, hi Shelver. Yeah, which one of us? Which one of us is your favorite?
Is that a good price for that? I have no idea.
I agree with you, Ange. I have no idea. Oh yeah. She's basically this game's Kadala, yeah. Kadala and then some, really. But
Burst. An easy
yeah.
defeat.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, see, I just sold that solar amulet for 5 exalts. No idea what it was worth. It's probably worth like 20 times that much. Whatever. Sold pretty damn quick, so... That's fine. Honestly, kudos to whoever wrote that. That's pretty solid. I have some nice things to say about Diablo 3. I have a lot to say about Diablo 3. It's fun in a fast, like, low-stakes arcadey way, with a very, like, short timetable on how long it remains fun per season. But, like, it's a fun formula. It's a shame that they somehow like horrendously underwhelmed on the Diablo 3 formula with the follow-up. I don't really get how you can do. No, no. No, no, no. That's fair. I know it's fun to dunk on D4 being bad, and I've done plenty myself. But really, it is a great disappointment that it was, like, such a turd. It would be better for gaming in general if D4 had had content and been good. Oh well. Rip. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that one. That's good. Yeah. Yeah.
Why do you keep glancing over at Kadala? Oh, just making sure she isn't up to anything suspicious.
Yeah.
These are our supplies.
Alright, tower time. I don't know. I know when it came to Diablo 4, I know you were ahead of the curve on me for, like, as soon as we started up the beta or whatever, we played, like, 2 minutes, and you were like, nah, nope, uh-uh. I think it took me, like, quite a lot longer to realize, like, oh, this just isn't very good, huh?
The the beta?
Yeah, whatever, the stupid fake demo that they called a beta.
Oh. Oh yeah, that was not good. No.
Yeah.
No, I had one of those moments where I was like, Laryl, I'm afraid this is just not very good.
Yeah.
We both made fun of it for a while, and then we did something else. It's like, we could be literally just doing anything else right now. Like, I would
Yeah.
rather be running outside in Florida heat than doing this right now.
I mean, I remember when it came out, that, like, opening weekend, we played it a bunch. I chose a rogue. I don't remember what you chose. I want to say Sork. If that's
Yeah.
even an option. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And what, we played for, like, my build got nerfed on a day one nerf patch by, like, 40%. So I was, like, depressed.
And some of the things that were supposed to, like, work together for Sork just weren't working at all, so her damage was pitiful.
Yeah, so we spent, like, I mean, I think it was the Act 2 final boss. We spent, like, minutes getting through each of the phases. So it was just, like, brutally slow and boring because I had just eaten, like, a 40% damage nerf and you had no damage to begin with due to bugs. And it was just like, boy, this is really, we're not having a great time. We're going to finish this out, huh? Yeah, all right. And then I think we played like a couple more days and realized like there is just straight up nothing to do in this game.
Yeah, because the end game to speak of was just travel to the different zones and kill a big guy while everyone lags to death. And I was like,
Yeah.
I really wanted to
Or
love
run-
D4. And I'm sure
Yeah.
there are some people playing D4.
Yeah. Yeah. Or there were like their crappy little version of dungeons, which were like a significant step back from rifts and grifts in Diablo 3. Like a significant step down in terms of what those are. And then it was just like, do the number higher. That's it. That's the whole thing. Just do it with a more numbersy. the numbers, they'll be bigger.
Yeah.
And so we were doing that, and that was pretty, like, underwhelming. And then we started going around picking up all the statues that you needed for permanent buffs. Yeah? Because they were
Yes,
permanent
we did
account-wide
that. We did-
buffs.
Yeah.
And we got halfway
did
through that, and we logged off because we'd been
Mm-hmm.
just riding around, like, basically playing like a Grand Theft Auto collect the 100 pigeons achievement or whatever. We got about halfway through and, like, stopped and we're chatting and, like, do you want to play this game anymore? No. And I've never logged back in. Have you?
No.
I don't even have it installed anymore.
And it's a shame because I had like some really nice things from having like early access and also like
Oh, yeah.
so, playing other games in their universe, and I had like nice mounts, and I had a really like lovely transmog for my Sork, and like
Yeah.
I really liked the appearance and the idea and the just I wanted it to be like a good continuation of D3 but with an MMO aspect, and I just felt like it kind of it was too buggy, and I feel like I couldn't get past those initial several weeks of clumsiness that it just turned me off to the game. Like,
Yeah.
I think if they had repaired stuff right away and like I wasn't supposed to be able to get knocked off my mount, and then I was getting knocked off my mount, and then just stupid things like that. It was just it got tiring. It was like I'm not enjoying myself. This is
Yeah.
this actually feels like a job and not like something I'm doing to like eat up free time.
So many bad
'Cause
decisions.
we weren't making videos about
No,
D4.
not
We
at all.
actually, you guys, we had actually planned to make videos about Diablo 4.
Yeah.
We actually have another brand channel that is set up for Diablo. We even have a brand name for it.
Yeah.
Like, because we have WoW at Night and Path of Evening, we also have brand names for Overwatch and Diablo. We
Wasted
just
a bunch
decided
of-
not to go forward with them.
Yeah.
When Overwatch killed their PvE, that they were going to be putting time and effort into, we decided not to go forward with that channel. And after we saw what Diablo 4 was at launch, and then the following couple of weeks, we felt it wasn't worth the time investment. And
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad that happened, because it wasn't worth the time investment.
That
It's already
ultimately is
down
what
to 3.3 million monthly players.
is that true?
Yeah,
That number is real?
that number's real.
That's brutal. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, that is what led to the creation of this, like, the YouTube channel that I'm streaming on now, or we're streaming on now, and, like, the PoE YouTube channel did happen because Diablo 4 was such a, like, tumbling catastrophe.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Honestly, I don't even know if it was a tumbling catastrophe. I mean, it's it's a funny way to put it, but it was actually more like
Crushing disappointment.
yeah, a rushing disappointment, but also it was kind of like it was a bunch of little things adding up to a whole. A 13 reasons why situation, but we're not going to go there. But
Yeah.
yeah, we just it was like, this is unfortunate, this is also unfortunate, this is also not fun, this is also not fun. Are you enjoying any of these aspects of the game? And I was like, the only thing I'm really enjoying is looking cool
Yeah.
and wandering around the town, and also being able to see other players. And that's pretty much where my enjoyment stopped. And so I was like, well, I guess I
Yeah.
don't need to continue with this. And so I didn't buy the expansion. I stopped
Yeah.
logging in, didn't buy the expansion, haven't touched it since then.
No. I haven't thought about it at all, honestly, since then, except to, like, go make sure that it's actually off my hard drive, like, at some point, and that was pretty
Yeah, it was
much it.
huge. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
big game too.
Yeah.
Bigger than WoW.
I think, honestly, like, that was kind of the beginning of, not, like, the end, but definitely, like, that kind of flipped a switch in my mind for a lot of Blizzard games, where prior to that, I'd been, like, pretty loyal, like, to, all the games that they make and whatever, and that was the
Yeah, I
point
mean,
where
I even
went,
played
like,
Heroes of the Storm for a bit.
yeah, I think, yeah, exactly. I think that made me go, like, you know what? Just because Blizzard makes a game doesn't mean I need to like care about it.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I played Heroes of the Storm for a little bit. I played it off and on. I did like some quests that they had for some WoW things in Heroes of the Storm.
Thank you for the follow, No Penguin.
Yay.
Yeah. I liked parts of Heroes of the Storm. I remember this one very brief-lived temporary game mode that they made that was just like a PvE game mode where you're playing through, it was like cooperative, but you're basically just playing through like StarCraft together.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is awesome. Like, I thought it was super duper fun.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the game Alien Swarm, if you remember that at all. That's basically what it was. It's like a very challenging
I do not.
run through, like cooperative isometric camera, run through like a bunch of aliens, and then you culminated with a boss. I was like, that's pretty cool. Basically, it was like doing like a dungeon run in WoW or something, but RTS themed. Cool.
Right.
And then that was like the only thing that they ever did with that. They were never like, yeah, we're going to expand on this or anything. It's just like, yeah, it's a one-off and we're done. Let's see if I have any good breach tabs. I have a lot of good breach tabs. Sorry, cool.
We're almost at 30,000 subscribers, which is just like, that'll be the most we've had on any channel so far, and that's pretty great.
It's incredible.
It's almost like people like listening to you talk about stuff.
Oh,
Weird.
That's a nice feeling. It's humbling, but it's nice.
I listen to you all the time, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
you do it. Without choice.
True.
Overlord, is that not what it's called? Overseer. Okay. This is bad. This is bad. Oh, thank you very much for the subscription, Arcanon. Anyway,
Thank you.
I have so many of these bad tabs in this.
I don't know. You put them there.
Why did I do this? What did I do?
I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. Why isn't
Me
anybody
neither.
watching what you're doing?
Me neither.
Well, I guess you're just gonna have to go live every time you're playing Path of Exile so that people can help you figure out your tabs, you know?
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe.
We have that secret of being two people, unlike
Yeah,
other
it really
creators who have
helps.
to just do it alone.
Yeah, it
I
really
mean,
helps.
the really big ones, they have teams. You know, they've got their thumbnail
yeah.
person and their video person and their video clip person and yada yada yada. But
True.
we just have each other.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try, I've been told.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and I. Mhm.
Yeah, you and I.
I actually really like that song.
It's a nice song.
I know. It's very pleasant.
Yeah.
I forgot that you mentioned layaway. I was wondering where the comments about layaway were coming from.
No, it's like, yeah, I did see a couple of people that were like, I don't think people outside the U.S. know what layaway is. And it's like, I don't think people inside the U.S. know what layaway is. They stopped doing that.
Yeah.
That in like maybe the 90s.
No, the aughts, actually, I think.
Wow,
Actually, Walmart still has layaway
that's crazy.
during Christmas. Yeah, Walmart still has layaway during Christmas.
I sort of remember. I don't know that I ever remember my family putting anything on layaway or anything. Maybe like one thing, but
Here's just another example
I feel
of
like
why layaway is literally like why AI is just such shit is because I asked Google when did layaway start being phased out, and it said that it was completely phased out by the 1980s. No, it wasn't,
they
because
did
I
that
wasn't
during
born.
my lifetime.
I wasn't born yet, and it was spaced out while I was alive, so
Yeah.
it's not true.
I think maybe like
That's
my
just
older
wrong.
sister when she was like a teenager, like just working a job at a drugstore or whatever.
Well, the thing is they
Like maybe
changed the
she put
name.
something on layaway.
It actually
Yeah.
didn't go anywhere. They changed the name. Buy now, pay later.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a slightly different thing. It used to be that stores, okay, quick explainer of layaway, it used to be that stores would hold on to the item for you and you would go make payments every week of just a little bit towards the item. And then at the end, they'd give you your item so you could take it home for Christmas or whatever. Now you buy a thing and then they charge you, but they can start charging you interest and then keep charging you interest if you miss payments. At a
Yeah.
store, if you missed payments, they would just no, they would just like remove the agreement. You'd pay a small fee for missing, like for messing up a payment structure, and then they would just give you the rest of the money back.
Yeah.
But your item wouldn't be held anymore.
Yeah.
So
I mean, credit cards and just the whole like debt economy,
Yeah.
the hellscape that is the debt economy, like kind of
Yeah.
killed layaway as a concept, which is fine. It's not like it was good; it was stupid. But it's like, yeah, why would I pay now to get something much later on when I can just put that shit on a damn credit card or whatever? Despair, nice. I love to despair.
so delicious.
Yeah.
I was actually just looking at jarred pears, like literally 10 minutes ago. I just
like
learned
pears.
that Sam's Club has jarred pears in light syrup, and I was like, how horrible are those for you? Well, it turns out actually not that bad. They actually didn't pack them full of sugar. They do have some sugar, but
Yeah.
they're just 90 calories per half a pear, which is like not perfect because you could probably eat a whole pear for 90 calories, but
Yeah.
but they are easy to caramelize and stuff because they've already been soaking in the light syrup and what have you. And I was thinking that
That
sounds
sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, my most old man, and I don't mean like, oh, I was born in
Yeah, we're talking to each
1980.
other too much. We're using each other's lines.
Yeah, my most like I was not like I was born in 1980. Like I was born in like 1780 or 1880. Affectation is like I really like cling peaches. Like canned peaches, that really does it for me. Something very satisfying about just a delicious soft peach out of a can.
Yeah, they're tasty.
It's very cafeteria mindset, but I dig it.
Yeah, it's true. It is very cafeteria mindset.
Yep.
Hello.
Oh, howdy!
Nerd.
Thank you for the follow. Hey, nerd.
Hey, nerd.
Where is this boss? He's not in the middle, ergo he must be deep down south. I don't think so though. Maybe he's over there. Okay, it's not here. Oh, you know what? I think I see the little walkway here.
No says, are you in France? Or you just like French word?
Could be over here. Damn it, I got stuck on a tiny little rock outcropping.
Suffer.
I like French words.
Yeah, facade. We don't use the CD on the C here in the
Yeah.
US, but
Yeah.
oh yeah. Oh, good call. Good call.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sunset is taken on most platforms, so I feel that.
I need more mana.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, you know, Twitch has a pretty far reach, so yeah.
That's true.
That's how it's done.
Yeah. I do remember you. I remember you had a newer Discord account and you couldn't join the server at that time because
With great power.
the auto mod.
Oh yeah. Auto model getcha.
supplies. As expected.
Oh, you still can't? Oh, Ember. Okay, okay. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Oh, I see, I see.
Oh, you know what? The other account might be, it might be banned due to automod, because even though if you try to join with like a brand new account, automod will, like, that's the default setting for communities. It'll ban the account, but it never unbans
Oh,
it. It
fun.
doesn't wait long enough and unban.
Yeah. Great.
It doesn't have any automatic unban, which is
Hmm.
very stupid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look and see if you are actually still banned. We don't have that many people banned. Just a few. We've actually only had to manually ban a couple of people, thankfully.
Yeah.
The rest have been bought, but yeah, we've only had a couple that were
Getting a little out of line.
getting out of line. Yeah, they were really far out of pocket. Calling us a money-making channel, which I'm still trying to figure out.
I'm sure
Brother, I wish.
Yeah, where is the money at? Like, what? Where's it at? Where's it at,
Oh.
and when can we have it?
Thank you very much for the subscription, No Penguin. Yeah, I would certainly wouldn't say no to money.
Yeah, I mean,
Come on now.
look, yeah, we get money from YouTube ad revenue, but it's not a lot. It doesn't pay our bills. We still have regular
Boy,
jobs.
I wish. Yeah.
We would love to quit those jobs and just do YouTube stuff. That sounds great.
Yeah. It's
The
true.
dream.
The-
I don't actually know that
truly
it's the dream, but it does sound better than what we're currently doing.
Yeah.
I don't want to call it a dream. It's still work.
I like making videos. I would definitely. All right, look.
Yeah, I mean,
we're
I-
wish
I-
casting. We're saying we're lottery casting. If I suddenly found a bag full of infinite money, I'd
Uh-huh.
probably still make videos and do streams and stuff
Okay.
just for fun. I'd do them from inside of my my sitting room, which is inside of a hollowed out beluga whale.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to hear me over the sound of my private army of helicopters waiting to, I don't know, go get Baja
Okay.
Blast or whatever, but I'd be doing it.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's out there hoping they don't make money on it. It is weird. He said that we were I think what he was saying is that we're making like AI content, because he couldn't follow one of our builds
Yeah, I
and
remember that.
accused us of, yeah, that was too, yeah.
I
that's who
could
was
not
talking
be any
about.
further from AI. It would be so much less work. It would be so much easier if I
Oh,
just
yeah.
made slop. I hate that shit. I despise it. Like, as you can tell, really sets my blood on fire thinking about because there are
Yeah.
people who are out there just making slop, or stealing. You know, like unrelated to any of this, totally unrelated to any of this. I've definitely been like on the receiving end of somebody plagiarizing my work in the past. More than once. That'll
Yeah.
happen when you do stuff on the internet. And
Yeah.
like, I didn't make a big deal of it. You know, it's just like, that's very pathetic, right? To like steal somebody's work. Ever. But certainly when it's not like there's a lot at stake. Not a lot on the line.
An easy trophy.
Or like I'm some damn expert. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, I want people I watch to make money as well. Because,
Yeah.
you know, when you make YouTube videos, you also watch a lot of YouTube. And
You really do.
I mean, I watch a ton of YouTube because I've been like a YouTube Red or whatever it was called when I first signed up. I signed up in the
Yep.
very first wave.
I think I was
Because
like
I
second
had-
or third wave. Yeah.
I had Google Play Music at that time, and so I was like, yeah, I definitely want no ads on YouTube. Please make that a reality for me. So I signed up at that point, and they bumped up my price like just a tiny bit, but not much, thankfully.
Same. I'm still grandfathered into a pretty good price, but not like
Yeah.
as cheap as it used to be a million years ago, but still
Yeah.
pretty damn good for YouTube Premium and
But I also
Google
know
Play
that
Music and all that.
people like as a rule of thumb, I block ads everywhere. But
Yeah, everybody hates
on people that I
ads.
really like, if they're running ads, fine. I'll just let the ad play and just ignore it. Really. That's
I
what
can
try
think
to
about
do.
specific websites and people that I don't block ads on. Like I don't block ads on Warcraft logs because I'm old friends with Kira, and it's like, yeah, I know he's making literally like a couple pennies off of me a month or whatever, but I'll throw those pennies his way for free. Why would I not?
Yeah, it has some nice extra features. Although sometimes that particular feature annoys me because I'm like, oh, like I'm like waiting for a call or something and I'm watching a video on my phone and then I'll hit the power button thinking, okay, it'll be quiet now. And then it'll just keep playing because it plays in the background because that's a feature of
Oh yeah.
YouTube Red or
Oh
whatever it's
yeah,
called.
you're right.
Yeah,
It is.
but it's fine. I eventually remember that it's gonna do that.
You are not
Eventually.
wrong. You are not wrong, Ember. They do indeed find.
Well, look at
Yeah.
Discord, you know? They're charging for like you know, I have little role icons for everybody now set up in our Discord and those are locked behind tier 2 of Discord.
True.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I pay for Discord because I like the emotes. I use a lot of emotes and I use them across a bunch of servers, so I like that. And I like the additional file send size and stuff. Like that's important for me and Larold.
My most
Um
non-millennial thing is that I don't ever use reaction gifs. It's like my one bit of generational rebellion. I'm a zero reaction
True.
gif person, which that's like the most millennial coded thing you can possibly do. It's just a word-free reaction gif in response to something, especially if it doesn't even really line up.
yeah.
Anyways, please continue. Sorry, reaction gif rant concluded.
Barely broken.
Yeah, I didn't realize that they added unlimited super reactions to things. I should start using those more often. But
Guess so.
yeah, and also for the server boosts. I also pay for it for the server boost because obviously I am boosting our server. So, and both of my boosts are here. And we have some very lovely people who have shared their Nitro boosts with us. And so that's how we were able to get additional features and upgrade the audio for our Discord. So,
That's true.
yep.
Alright, I have no idea. I have basically not played any casters at all in PoE 2. That's not entirely true. I did a campaign on Minion build in 01.
Totally unrelated, but
that's
I think
it.
we should do a poll on where people want build posted.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds like a good idea for a poll.
Yeah.
Suffocate.
Yeah, that's. I don't use them every 5 minutes. I am not a huge GIF interactor person. I do them sometimes. I have a few that are like mainstays for me. Like, obviously, "This is fine" is the top one.
Yeah.
My
mean,
humor
that's
is
a good
pretty sarcastic
reaction.
and dry, so yeah.
My humor is very sincere and wet.
Right.
Certified wet boy.
Gross. Very gross of you.
Uh-huh. Whatever. My favorite, like, the things that I grew up laughing at were, like, Strong Bad Emails, Homestar Runner, Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Those are, like, the big, like, formative, big deal things for me laughing at growing up. Why is this boy so tanky? There we go. Pop, pop.
Stay alive. Alive.
No, that's nothing. These are probably nothing too. Yep. Not quite nothing, but it's not good. Okay, let's see if either of these Runation Maul or Cavalry Bow are good. Nope. And this is gonna be a no. I didn't realize they were not magic. Okay. Well, at least I can vendor something. I don't know. I don't know if subbing gets rid of ads or not.
On which platform? Oh, Twitch?
Twitch.
I don't think so, no. I think they still play.
Yeah.
Good news.
I'm pretty sure they still play.
3 divines. Nice.
Someone is bound to buy that.
Actually,
Oh, I think it's if we had access to the subs don't get ad feature. Or if that's still a feature.
I don't know. It's definitely something I can
I don't
look
actually
into.
know. We're
Yeah.
not Twitch experts, guys.
No, I'm still learning about Twitch. That's for sure.
Yeah, it looks like it's a feature that has to be enabled for people who subscribe to not see ads. I'm thinking you might have that feature. I don't know. I'm not on your. I don't. Let me see if I can look at it through mod stuff.
Okay.
I'll try.
Great. Thank you. No, this is almost decent.
And if not, I'll just steal your account,
Okay, go
post
ahead.
a bunch of stuff about how you suck all over it, and then
That sounds normal.
and then we'll just go on from there. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. Normal behavior.
Yes, looks like we're doing great. I totally understand that. Yeah. Seems very reasonable.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's kind of a bummer. If that had been like a cold and chaos res or something, I suppose I could have used an abyssal echo omen, but I didn't feel like it was worth it. Would this thing not have a flat life or percent armor? Yeah, I mean that makes sense to me. Like the idea of you pay for a thing, it shouldn't have ads. That's something that I don't use Hulu. Do you use Hulu?
Yeah.
Do you Hulu?
Yeah, actually I watch a ton of Hulu, but I have a thing that fast forwards through commercials.
Yeah. So like when I heard about that
Yeah, it sets
happening,
them
that
to
they were
like
like
56x or whatever.
yeah, that they're gonna have the paid subscription model where you still watch ads. I like.
No.
I was just like, this is like the most evil thing I could think of. It's so awful. I guess it's not really the most evil thing I could think of, but you know, it's bad.
Yeah. It's pretty evil.
It's pretty evil
To be
to
like pay and also
yeah.
still get advertised to.
Yeah.
I don't think that's nice.
But then you know, you think about like growing up. When my family finally got around to getting cable, it's like, I mean, what were we doing except paying like at the time I think like $60 or $70 a month for ads. A third of every program is ads for really stupid stuff.
Burst.
Okay.
Hearing myself come.
Through my mic. Okay, what's up? Where am I looking?
Go to your settings. I would just open a new. And then affiliate tab.
Really hard to see this on half a page. I'm trying to pull this tab out, and it's not working.
Yeah, because you put it in split.
Okay, here we go. All right.
Supposed to be an affiliate tab. I literally just looked up the Twitch dashboard affiliate. Be a place to turn off ads for subscribers.
There you go. Ad-free viewing, right here.
Okay.
Well, okay.
Yeah, just turn it on and see what.
It's on. Okay. Okay.
Subscribing will now remove ads.
Yep, we sorted it out. All right. It
Yep.
should.
So if you
Yep.
subscribe, you shouldn't see any
You
ads
shouldn't
on our
see
Twitch.
any more ads if you're subscribed. It was a worthwhile delay.
Yeah.
Because agreed. Ads are stupid. Everyone hates them.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you are a subscriber already, refresh the page so that the settings apply to you.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So that you're not getting served ads, because we did just turn it off. We actually didn't know that was a setting in there. Sorry.
It's buried a little bit. Yeah.
It is varied, yeah.
Where'd that wisp go? There we go. There is something wrong with this map. I don't know why it runs so poorly. Oh my god. My bones. Look, we've all had our build bricked at one point or another. It happens to everybody.
True.
And we definitely all run out of gold. I mean, that happens to everybody more than once.
True. Very true.
I'm out of mana.
A common comment that we see as well.
Yeah. In both games.
Yeah.
How I get gold.
Quick and lethal.
Whatever. If people are trying to get more gold, that I can respect. And WoW,
Now this will come in handy.
it's the other way
Yeah.
around. The excuse of, well, I can't afford to have enchants on my gear. It's like, well, look, man, I get it, right? There are aspects of an RPG that are like very annoying, stupid maintenance or whatever.
Yep.
And the thing is, like, either you slog through those, or you really enjoy them, or you stop playing RPGs.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Yeah, you know what game doesn't have dumb maintenance stuff like that? Call of Duty or
Yeah.
FIFA. You know, like sports games.
Overwatch.
Overwatch. Yeah, like team character shooters.
Yep.
Do that. They're there. They're great. They're super popular.
Yep. They're there for that reason.
That was why when I can't remember the name of that game. It's definitely gonna. This one's gonna be the WoW killer, guys. Don't you worry. WoW's gonna die because this upcoming game that's
I've heard that.
happening.
Mm-hmm.
The one that's like Mythic Plus version of like it's like League of Legends or whatever, but for Mythic Plus, there's like no setup. You just jump in and go as a team. I don't remember what it's called. They did like a beta for it, and people said it's pretty fun, and I'll bet it is pretty fun. I bet it's cool, but I feel like all that quote-unquote annoying interstitial stupid crap of maintaining a character is kind of what makes an RPG feel like an RPG.
Yeah.
Like, if I didn't have to think about the gear on my character in PoE, right? Like, I just log in, I press the buttons, I would be bored of that. That wouldn't have staying power for my brain. That wouldn't do it, right?
Yeah.
It is all of the extra, like, work around the edges that, like, makes it, and the customization and all that around the edges that, like, makes it have staying power. Definitely in PoE 2, yeah, you either have like a bajillion gold or none. PoE 1, I feel like I just never have any gold. I feel like
An easy
the town is so evil. It's just the infinite gold depletion mechanism. It's good though, which is why I can't just quit it. But I do not love the town. I feel like the town is very evil. King's March. In like a mobile game Blizzard mission table kind of way.
Oh, we're big chore haters. We hate chores. We
Yeah.
we hate when it's a daily chore too. That's our least favorite.
That's really the issue.
Really, I mean, during Legion, we were big artifact power farmers. Big artifact power. Like, my weapon was so far leveled, I couldn't even tell you.
Oh yeah.
The trillions and whatever that it was at, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was insane. Same thing with anima power. Same thing, just I'm glad the rep systems are account wide now. It's an absolute terrible slog to have to do that on multiple characters. It's like, why couldn't they have just done that a lifetime ago? I don't know, 15 years ago would have been a good time to start that.
Through there. Yeah.
miasma.
Yikes.
Yeah. I mean, look, I can agree. I think the gear progression in WoW, especially like right at the start of a gearing cycle on a character, is like chef's kiss. It's really great. I think the gearing cycle toward the end, like you're trying to get full upgraded mythic gear on a character, especially if it's not a character you're maining in mythic raid, way too damn slow. Like, I think you should be able to just directly farm mythic gear out of mythic plus at a certain level. Maybe that should be like 12s or 15s or something that gives you like tier 1 mythic gear deterministically, but I think that's like, just seems like an obvious no-brainer to me.
What do you need?
There is a Warrior Cold Explosion build out there. I mean, there are several of those. You know, maybe it's Sour Grapes because I'm not the one who came up with them. I'm not totally in love with them, but like Cold Explosion is just fun mechanically, so they're probably good. And they look cool. But like I like the one that we did in this league, the Warrior like explosions, the Stampede build. I thought that worked really well. It's like a cheapo league starter, and then kind of transition into something that can run and gun out of that. Although, not that I get to do it over again, but like for next league, if nothing changes, and obviously stuff will, I would definitely be starting Poison Pathfinder if everything were as it is right now. Because Poison Pathfinder's so sick. Oh, it's this map. Oh, it's this map. I thought it was a different one. Oh, this one's the worst.
Another ancient contraption.
This is a terrible place to get a breach. Alright, whatever. Let's do it.
Easy trophy.
It's a lot of breach tablets in one little hallway. I don't know what that sound is that these monsters are making, but it sounds like a sad dog howling. Like, "Arr, arr." Okay. Alright, let's go loot what is left behind from this very bad layout breach. Probably better than the last one, which was pretty good layout. About the same. I mean, the thing is that any sort of physical build, I guess with some exceptions, can kind of be turned into a... You know what, I haven't looked at support gems in a bit. Maybe they can't, but at least last patch, there was that support gem that was added in Dawn of the Hunt called, like, Embitter or something, that would convert all extra damage into cold damage. And if that still exists, I feel like you can basically turn any... Like, make any build do enough damage to chill or freeze or whatever. If you use Pulsar Keln, the very low-level cheapo ring, then just chilling monsters is enough to make them proc Herald of Ice explosions. And then you just scale the area up like crazy, and then bam, now you're just screen clearing with cold pops that sound great. Hell yeah, we love fracturing orbs, don't we, folks? Yes, we do. Hello, breach. A second breach in a terrible area. Perfect. Just what I was hoping for. Not a problem. It is a very, very deep game. On the level of, like, the most depth of any games that exist. Yeah, I think the only things that really are, like, super competitive with PoE on that front are, like, EVE Online. I don't know, that might be it. What do you think?
Yeah. Eve.
Pretty much EVE, yeah. More like Steve Online, if you know what I'm saying.
Sure.
I don't know what I'm saying. I've never played Steve Online or EVE Online, so I don't know. But it's fun to say.
I have. I've played EVE Online.
I'm surprised. Maybe it is more
Yeah.
like EVE Online than Evelyn. Evelyn Online.
Yeah, I played EVE Online in its early days. I knew someone who was incredibly obsessed with it and
You
begged
knew a
me to
huge
play.
nerd.
Yeah, I did.
Still
they ran
do.
their own Ventrilo server, and they had like an open Ventrilo server that the community, like anybody, any gamer
God.
could come find and use.
You'd have to
And
be a
we would
huge
set up-
dork to have your own server
We'd set up
of some
channels
kind.
for them and let them use them and like, you know, basically be moderators of an entire Ventrilo.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll play Poison Pathfinder in 3.27, but, like, you know, I think if we're going Magic 8-Ball mode for Toxic Rain Pathfinder in 3.27, outlook good. You know,
Yeah.
we'll see what they do with it, as we always hope there will be buffs to Toxic Rain Pathfinder, and there seldom are. But if there are, oh, you best believe. God, I haven't thought about Ventrilo in half a minute. Mike push to Tulloch keybind for all these years is V for Ventrilo. Still. Makes sense. Index finger, good index finger keybind. Yeah.
No, we'll be getting into 3.27.
Oh, I mean, we'll definitely
Yeah,
be
we're
doing
not gonna stop.
327. Just depends on what,
Yeah, we're not gonna stop.
like, you know, I don't know what I'll play in 327, 100%. Ow. But you
No, actually, tell the future real quick. Could you do that, please?
Yeah,
That would be
exactly,
more
but
convenient
you
for me so that I can
damn
plan
sure
around
believe
that.
that I will be playing something in 327.
Yeah, we'll definitely play. We just We don't.
Yeah.
We never know. You know, of course, we're at the same mercy as everybody else. It depends
Yep.
on what GGG decides to do, and then we sort of adjust from there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe they'll be kind to the things we like to play.
Yeah. But yeah, in terms of like, will we play 327? I mean, that's just like a, will you be breathing air? Hell yeah, I'm gonna be breathing air. I love air. Breathe it every day. Most
Just as
of
long
them.
as you don't ask us what you would like to play in the next patch, because we get that question a lot of, well, which one should I play? I don't know. You're basically asking us, do I like ice cream? I have no idea what you like.
Yeah. Yeah, not do you like ice cream or what's your favorite flavor of ice cream. It's what's
Yeah.
my favorite flavor of ice cream.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not that I refuse to help, but I don't know. Ooh. Eh.
Choose what you need.
We'll just gamble craft some garbage here. Yuck. Yikes. Oof. Ooh, that's bad. Alright. I don't think there's any need to gamble craft on that any further.
Indeed.
I'll do what I can to sell
Just
it
double
for you.
check real quick. Yeah, okay. Probably overpriced, but that's fine. If we can get a good move speed roll on these boots, they might be worth a bit. Ah, huge move.
Yeah, I kind of miss Ventrilo. Ventrilo had a lot of features that Discord still needs to catch up on.
You're not wrong about that.
So I'll share a little bit of like, so I was there for like the first days of Discord. I knew the people who created Discord. One of them is no longer with us, rest in peace. And it was supposed to be a combination of Ventrilo and MIRC. And I would
Yeah.
say that obviously it's successful, but I would say implementing those two things together was a success. But I miss so many things about Ventrilo, like private binds, you know, special sounds
Oh,
for just certain
yeah.
people, like I just and they did add the chats for individual voice channels, which is something that Ventrilo had as well. So they added that. So I'm wondering if we're gonna have private binds soon, if we're gonna, it'll probably be a Nitro feature. but,
Yeah, that makes sense. So.
But I'm wondering if we'll have it.
Yeah. No, I think the only time I've ever like skipped a league, and I didn't even really skip the whole thing, was Sanctum, and that was just because at the time we were in a day raiding guild, and it was like Sanctum release lined up perfectly with a raid release, and so I was like, well, raid has to come first. Purely the obligation of like 27, 28 other people, or actually more than that, because we had like
Yeah.
non-raiding helpers in the guild as well, so it was like 35 other people. There's an obligation to them
Yeah.
that supersedes my desire to play Sanctum, which honestly was greater than my desire to do that raid, which kind of precipitated a lot of why we're not doing the like world top 10 rating thing anymore.
Yeah.
Went and did like a less serious rating thing for a while to see like, is this as fun? And it didn't tickle my brain in the right way. As that like incredible cutting edge challenge, but all the stuff around the like super high end challenge, the incredible time commitment was like, you know, pretty debilitating for like living in a life and like being an adult who has responsibility. Like, you know, you gotta mow the yard. It's like, you know, just stuff like that.
Yeah,
You gotta
people
mow the
forget
yard.
to be
you
in a
gotta
day raiding
forage
guild.
stuff.
you pretty much just you have to have someone else who can take care of your home life while you're raiding.
You basically have to
Like-
be a baby. You have to live at mom's
Yeah,
house.
yeah.
Which
You
I
gotta be
wasn't living at
baby.
mom's house. I haven't lived at mom's house in 20-something years. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. It just wasn't compatible with my life anymore. I mean, I guess it could be the other way around. You could be like a pensioner. Then,
20-something years. Oh yeah, I guess.
damn right, 20-something
Yeah,
years.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
It's wild to think about things in terms of decades. I'm Benny Gesserit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also love the idea of Forever Exile. That was something when they started talking about that, when they first announced their plans for PoE 2, and the goal was to like bounce back and forth between the two games. I think at the time it was like every month and a half was their plan, which seemed
Yeah.
very ambitious. And I was like, there's no way they're going to be able to pull that off. But they're going with the every 2 months, basically, and it seems like it's working for them, growing pains notwithstanding. I think at that time we weren't doing any content creation for PoE yet. I think we were still, as we said earlier, I think I was still deluding myself into thinking we were going to do Diablo 4 and the PvE Overwatch content creation stuff at that time. And then
Yeah.
one of those things just straight up got scrapped because Bobby Kotick said it's not a $1 billion idea.
Yep.
Gulag, straight to the wall. And then,
Yeah.
you know, like, the Diablo 4 experience was one of great disappointment. And so, with those kind of falling flat, PoE 2 just, like, perfectly jumped up in its place. What's up, monkey? Bye-bye. I saw a post on Reddit the other day, and I didn't really understand what I was looking at for a while. Like, I had to watch this video, like, clip, like, 3 or 4 times. It was just somebody who was doing, like, spirits, like a spirit summoner, and they just had tons and tons and tons of little monkeys. And that was the whole thing. That it wasn't anything more than that. It was just somebody running around with, like, dozens of small monkeys. And I thought, now that is a hell of a build. Not so much so that I'm like, I'm gonna copy it. More just like, I very strongly appreciate this monkey build. Alright, cool. Is that worth anything? We'll see.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, Ole.
Good morning, Ole.
We're gonna have to start shifting this stream later and later and later.
I'm okay with that.
later.
I think if I
don't
lived
know.
in
That's
Europe,
gonna be difficult because how are we? How do we do
how
like?
do we live our lives? Yeah,
Yeah, shopping, dentist, doctor,
true.
appointment.
I know. My sleep schedule has always been more suited to being like Central European or something. I did briefly live in Central Europe, and I woke up in the morning, and it was like pretty normal for me to be like a morning man.
Too slow.
That's actually pretty funny, you're kidding, because that's
Yeah.
we were like,
I
oh,
think a
let's
lot of
flip
people had that.
Moving on.
experience. Yeah. So I went back and looked. I had a friend all the way back in Cataclysm of WoW who was like, dude, you have to play this new game, Path of Exile. I swear to you, you will fucking love it. He was saying it like that. And I was like, I'll check it out. And then I made an account, looked it up. It wasn't even out of the beta yet. I think it was like public beta or something. And I was like, looked at it. I was very overwhelmed by the passive skill tree, and then I like logged in and like looked at the characters, and I was like, this is slow and ugly, not for me, thanks. And then I checked in on it a few times over the years, like repeatedly, and I just kept being like, I don't get it. It's not working for me. It's not clicking. And then finally, I think I got fed up with them not announcing Diablo 4, the irony, at BlizzCons, that I finally just said, okay, I quit on Blizzard. I'm gonna figure out Path of Exile. I shouldn't have waited this long. And I think I started playing in like Harbinger League or something.
Yeah.
When I finally like got to maps. It might not have even been then. It might have been later, like Delve League or something, when I finally got to maps, like a year after that. And then, you know, pretty much from then on, it was like off to the races. The only league that I ever like didn't like fully lock in on was Sanctum League, like I said before, because of WoW commitment.
I serve.
I mean, I know part of the reason why I was like not a huge fan of PoE 2 when or PoE 1 rather, when I first started trying to play it, was I had people telling me, totems, do totems. You're stupid and bad, and totems will make it easy for you. And I was like, that makes sense. I am stupid and bad.
All right.
Totems
Order is registered.
did not do it for me though. Like, I was not vibing with using totems at all. I wanted to punch stuff until it was dead, you know? And attack totems at whatever point I started playing were, like, not the vibe. Yeah, alright. So, it's interesting, the cleansed zones have a lot of these, like, increased effective prefix, or more effective prefix, less effective suffix. That was something that was, like, super strong prior to 0.3 when prefixes were all positive and suffixes were all negative. Now it's just, like, it's kind of nothing. And that is definitely something that shows up on a lot of the, like, cleansed maps, but still, cleansed maps are really so good. Other than this stupid gold mod, you get so many good things. The Emired Fury, I think he's guaranteed to drop a fracturing orb. I think that's right. Let's take a look. Oh, I can't look until I get there. All right, well, I'll go over there. But then you can get mods like this on C Notes, 65% reduced XP gain, but 120% extra rarity. Like, that is buck wild. On top of just guaranteed like an extra 25 to 30 packs of maps. Pretty good. Oh, howdy to you in Australia, mate. You're speaking my language saying dude, I'm speaking yours saying mate.
Did you bring the Bunnings sausages?
Suffocate!
That's right. Alright, I've been playing Scrandle, the daily food guessing duel game, a lot lately, and I've been learning about international foods. I've been learning a lot about international foods at sports events. More than that, I've been learning about the international looking at sports food communities' opinions. Like food from Spain, Spanish food, not well liked. Which I feel like all the Spanish food I've ever had is insanely good. But Spanish football stadium food seems very bad. Or bizarre. Like, it'll be like a delicious, gigantic bowl of paella, and it's like, that's the wrong thing for sports. I feel like I see that a lot with German football food as well. There'll either be, like, great sausages, where you're like, yes, or just, like, a full meal with, like, vegetables and like a green sauce. I'm like, how do you eat this and watch a sporting event? This requires like
dinner.
utensils. Yeah, like utensils and a table. But my original point there is that I feel like I grossly underestimated how good Australian soccer and whatever other sports they have in Australia food is, because I've been seeing some pretty great looking burgers and fried food. And that's really what you want at a sporting event now, isn't it? Handheld fried food.
Yeah. That's what I want anyway.
Yeah.
If I go to sporting events, which I don't.
No. And I'll tell you why I don't. Because this ties in perfectly. American food is like universally hated in the Scranton community because it is so damn expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Suffocate.
You'll see a nice looking burger and you're like, that looks pretty nice. What's the price? Oh, $30? I don't think so. That really is the move, ultimately. That's been the move for me with sports for, like, yeah, pretty much my whole adult life. It's like, I like sports a lot, and I will watch them from the comfort of my computer chair.
Little more than an invitation.
I actually don't like sports, and so that's why I don't go to view them.
That is a
Yeah.
fantastic reason to not go watch sports.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know,
It's the reason I don't go see musicals.
it's been very reliable.
The last time I went to watch a musical, I got the shingles.
Yikes.
That's true. And I was watching a really stupid musical. I'm trying to remember what it was. I think it was A Christmas Carol. Yeah. And it was one of those, like, annoying revisionist versions where it's like, at the end, Ebenezer Scrooge is like, I love Jesus. And it's like, why are we doing this?
Oh, actually, we were talking about something insane earlier, and yes, I'm gonna say insane.
Oh,
Do you
go
want
on.
to talk about the people who watch golf on TV? And just to clarify, we're not talking about people who might tune in for a little bit and be like, "Huh, what's going on in the golf
Yeah,
world?
what's
Let's look
happening
at
with
golf
golf?
on TV.
Let me look at
Let's
the
have a little
clubs.
peeky at some, you know, a little gander at some golf on TV." And then be like, "Oh, yeah, this is boring. Like I thought it was.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
gonna turn on something else." Okay, no big deal. I would actually rather watch golf than baseball. I actually really don't like baseball,
Oh,
but
agreed. That's a good sports take from a non-sports watcher. Golf is a better
Thank
sport
you.
than baseball
thank
as a
you, thank
spectator
you.
sport.
But please, Larold, enlighten them to the new type of person that
Okay.
we've discovered.
All right. So if you've ever like played video games with somebody who's being annoying, or maybe like non-video games, especially D&D or something with somebody who's rules lawyering, like just people being annoying nerds, right? It really can't be topped by it is all topped by golf watchers. I read like a series of stories of people, like there was a lady on I think like the LPGA tour who was just like doing some practice swings before teeing off, and she had like a little weight on her club, which apparently is not regulation. Someone watching at home saw it, called in, and got her disqualified from the event because she had like, yeah, the wrong weight on her club. Then there's like very famous one from I think like 10 or 15 years ago of guy hits his ball, it goes out into some rough or whatever, and it's very wet out there, and he has to like kneel in order to hit the ball, let's say at a weird angle. And so he's wearing nice pants. It's golf time. He puts a towel down on the ground, kneels, hits a shot, gets it back into play. You know, continues on, gets caught up by the whatever administrators like a little while later on, and they tell him, yeah, somebody was watching at home, and you put that towel down on the ground, and that's building a shot, which is not allowed, and we're gonna be docking you several points. Okay. And then I think,
And so we thought that was the peak.
I think my favorite
of
one,
these things.
I think I remember this being from the Masters. I feel like this happened when I was in college, but it probably was like 10 years ago or whatever. It could also be from something else, whatever. But Masters, we're gonna say it's the Masters. Masters
Is this the
presentation.
one about talking about where the
Birds.
lights are
You know,
coming from?
There's
Okay,
music
okay.
happening. You know, there's all the stuff that goes on into like a television package, right? Commentators, music playing, going to commercial break, coming back and stuff, and there's birds chirping and so on. Some dork, just a gigantic nerd, hearing all of this, calls in and says, yeah, those are the wrong birds. You know, this is taking place in Augusta, Georgia. Those birds that are chirping are native to California. You're piping in fake bird sounds. And it's like,
Suffer.
I mean, I guess if I were the kind of colossal nerd who knows about the exact bird sounds and also likes golf and got all of that, that would make me insane too. But they had to like call in and blow up the fact that these are fake bird sounds. These are wrong bird sounds that are being played in the golf game. Just really stuck out to me. It's like, that's maybe the lamest thing I've ever heard of.
Who was the actor that David Lynch was working with that did the whole music and lights thing?
Oh no, this was from Lord of the Rings actually. This was Orlando Bloom, and it was Peter Jackson, and he
Oh,
was
Peter
asking
Jackson,
about
okay.
Helm's Deep, like where are all the lights coming from? Like it's a big fight scene. It's supposed to be very dark in the middle of the night, but it's actually pretty like bright. You can see what's happening, which is why it's a good scene. And the way he's told it, at least that I remember like seeing, is him
Well, he says,
basically
"Where's all
saying,
the
"Yeah,
where's all the light coming
where
from?
are all the
if
lights
it's
coming
dark?"
from? If it's so dark out, the same place as the music. Get to your mark." Like, all right, that's a man who knows how to work an actor.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, look, there's a reason Peter
Same place
Jackson's
as
like
the
a
music.
respected director.
And so Larold and I referenced that a lot. Even though I
Oh, yeah.
just
Attributed.
attributed
Lynch.
the.
I wish that
Yeah.
were David Lynch. Yeah.
I thought it was a Lynch thing. I actually didn't know it was Lord of the Rings. I just thought it was
Yeah.
a Lynch thing because it sounds very much like something David Lynch would say.
Oh, yeah.
But in his very matter of a fact nerdy way. Like,
God.
same place as the music, and then
Yeah.
like
I
whatever.
remember seeing video of him really chewing out a producer who was mad that a scene was going on for like too long or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
and him
that's-
just
yeah,
going
yeah.
like, "Who gives a fuck how long the goddamn scene is?" In his particular David Lynch way, it's like he ruled
Yeah.
the goat. Truly one of the best to ever do it.
Yep, rest in peace. Rest in
R.I.P.
peace.
Don't smoke, I guess.
Yeah, don't do that. Bad for you.
But he is right, though. Like, I've never been sitting watching a movie that I was like, this is good. But I wish this scene wasn't so long. I've
Right.
never had that. I've been taken out of moments watching films for other things. I've certainly been jarred by a scene feeling like it was cut too soon. Or like something was just, like ruined. Something was taken out in the middle. Like speaking of things I've been thinking about recently, Metal Gear Solid 2. There's this great moment toward the end of the game where Metal Gear Ray crashes into New York, and it like blows through some buildings and stuff. And unfortunately, that game came out in 2001, and I want to say like October, so they had to cut some shots of it destroying New York buildings for obvious reasons, for things that happened in September of 2001.
Yeah.
So I just remember that scene happening when I was playing the game in like 2002 probably, and being like, what happened? And then not learning until like 10 years later. Like, oh, 9/11 happened. Okay, well, all right. It was very confusing for me at the time. It just sort of seemed like we just cut to suddenly, it started crashing, and now it has finished crashing. There's just nothing in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, look, I like football nerd stuff. I like that a lot. I like counting the stats of like different behaviors and like actions on the pitch or on the field. Either way, like I like sports nerd stuff. That really does it for me. Yeah, but like the golf fans aren't beating the lunatic allegations.
Seems like
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Jesus. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. I feel like there's definitely a better version of the like last 30 minutes of that game if September 11th hadn't happened. You know?
Yeah.
I wish that, I mean, if I could change anything about the Metal Gear Solid series, it's just simply like I would have given them like another 2 years to work on the Phantom Pain, because I feel like that game needed like another year or two. But boy, oh boy, that game is still great. I have gone back and played it again recently, and man, that thing is good. Yeah, I like that though. I like knowing like at least to some extent like some of the numbers on things. Like, I definitely think a bad version of that is kind of poisoned basketball over the last 10, 15 years because of Steph Curry being like a human anomaly. You know, I feel like the basketball gods really wronged us with this last finals. Like, we had a team that really played the game the right way, I feel like. Just like lose because their best player got injured in game 7 of the finals. It's just is so wrong. But I do feel like there's kind of a return to people like taking high percentage close to the basket shots rather than just a very boring like running and chucking up threes that the game had kind of devolved into for a while. Like, not to stick on basketball for too long is the last I have to say about it, but like just people running up and down and just throwing up 3-pointers over and over again. I can watch that by going to a YMCA. I don't need to turn on the NBA to watch people run up the court, shoot a 3, brick it, repeat for 40 minutes. That sucks. Yeah. I adore John Boyce. I could never do anything like what he does, but yeah, that man is genuinely the GOAT. Actually, you know what? Sunset, you've seen some of John Boyce's stuff too. We watched, he did a series called, or not a series, a video called Would You Like to Buy a Mattress?
Oh yeah.
Which is like one of the
Oh,
greatest
yeah.
things I've ever seen.
I don't know if I'd call it one of the greatest things I've ever seen, but it's definitely a poignant thing. I mean, really, so I help. My mom's not very technically savvy, and so I like help her clean out her email and spam, which is literally something I'm doing right this minute. Um, and I keep seeing like the same stuff. It's like, hey, you bought a refrigerator. Would you like another refrigerator?
Yeah.
Would you, how about now? It's been 3 days, so maybe you need another refrigerator.
Yeah.
We see that it's been a month since you purchased your refrigerator, and we were wondering if you might need a refrigerator.
Yeah. And so, yeah, the Would You Like to Buy a Mattress video, he bought a mattress from some mattress company who he leaves unnamed. And he just basically runs through the hypothetical, like the thought experiment of, what if I bought a mattress from them every single time that they offered to sell me a mattress via email? And so it like spirals into him having to rent like millions of dollars of real estate a year to hold all the mattresses. And obviously the amount of money spent on the mattresses.
Yeah.
And like having to buy like blocks and blocks and blocks of New York brownstones to fit all the mattresses. Basically, they were emailing him like literally like thousands and thousands of times over the course of like a couple of years, offering him mattresses. But then all the other fun stuff, like, you know, we have the sale going on. It's gonna end soon. The sale is ending tomorrow.
That
You
is
better
literally
call
what I'm
us.
looking. Okay, I'm just gonna read you the
Yeah,
titles.
go ahead.
Open for free ground shipping. This warm weather friendly treat. 15% off ends soon. Don't let the clock run out. Make the grade with Saris Candies fundraising. Snack better, drive happier. Get ready for kickoff with black and gold bites. Now this is August 24th, 28th, 29th, and 31st.
Yep. And
I
well,
mean,
and then, you know,
and
they'll
if
do
you
the
bought candies every time, you would be able to have your own candy empire.
Oh, yeah, that Barry Bonds without a bat video is a masterpiece. You are correct. God, that is such a good video. I think my favorite part of the whole, like, would you like to buy a mattress is the realization of, like, you know, we're having a sale, and then, you know, 2 days later, the
Yeah.
sale's ending soon, and then 2 days after
Yeah.
that, you know, the sale's ending tomorrow, and then 3 days after that, we're extending the sale.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I've seen that series of emails probably 50,000 times in my life. Yeah, over stuff I didn't want in the first place. You
They
know?
literally sent the same email twice, but one has the emojis at the end and one has the emojis at the front of I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
Like, I literally can't make this up. This is just like, what is this?
Yeah.
I'm putting this in our admin chat for later.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'll definitely be enjoying that later. Yeah, I really like all of the stuff John Boyce has done over the years. I think I've watched pretty much every video he's ever made, except for maybe like some of the more recent ones. Just haven't been haven't as much time to watch them. But I was watching his recent Scorigami update a couple of days ago, so I might have to look into that.
I think the
I
issue
like.
is that my mom, like most people, reads the email and is like, okay, now I know what's going on, but then she
Yep.
doesn't want to act on it, and then she just doesn't delete it. And so
Nope.
my mom kept getting alerts saying, like, oh, your Google storage is running out of space. And I thought, well, maybe she has a ton of pictures and she's backing them up and whatever. So we looked at how much her pictures were taking, and it was like hardly anything. Then I looked at her inbox, and there was like 45,000 email in it. And I was like, well,
Yeah.
guess we know what's taking up all the space now.
No kidding.
What is it? We see like 10,000 ads a day or something like that.
I mean, that feels right. I don't know if it's true, but it feels.
Yeah, it really does.
It's got an aura of truthiness to it.
Yeah. Statistically speaking.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Not gonna do that. Like, she's still getting emails from Honda, and she hasn't driven a Honda in over 10 years. Or 7 years. 7 years.
Nice.
It's been since she drove a Honda. So,
Come in and get some
yeah.
work done on your Honda.
yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had
Congrats
that
on
thing
your...
in-
Congrats on being part of the Honda family. We're running a service thing this weekend. It's like, okay.
Oh, the Honda family. I didn't even know I was Japanese.
Yeah. I'm just, there's just so much spam. Just so much
Yeah.
spam. And also my mom, well, actually, no, I don't want to get us demonetized, so never mind. My mom, you know, needs certain special substances, and she gets them through special mail order places.
Yep.
And that is something that they advertise to death in your inbox.
Oh, of course
so,
they do.
yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, these emails, the subject lines. You're on the list, comma, name. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm on the list. Excellent.
And it's like, this is from January. This is how long it's been since I, like, cleaned out her inbox.
Yeah.
Feels like I just cleaned it out.
Hot damn, that exploded. Good God. Yeah, we love to see it. We love to see some damage.
Stay light, stay alive.
Alright, this Dr. Pepper is empty. I'm gonna grab a refill real quick.
I have many services.
Alright, I return. Dr. Peppered up.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper sponsorship. When can we get that Dr. Pepper money?
Oh, for real. I know everybody says they hate ads and stuff, and I will say, sure, same. Except for if they're
I
me
have to
doing a
say,
soda ad, then I will
there
put myself
is-
out.
There is one style of ad that is far less intrusive that I don't mind as much as others, and I'm just going to tell you what it is.
Please
It's
do.
when they make the video like they do them on Twitch now. I forgot what they're called. Oh God, what are they called? It makes the streaming video slightly smaller than the ad is in the border around it, around the rest of the aspect ratio,
Huh.
and it just plays out there, but it doesn't. There's no audio from it. You still have the audio from the stream, but you're getting a visual that's around the bottom right corner or the top left corner, whatever, a
Yeah.
corner.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just can't remember what those are called.
Hmm.
It'll come to me.
Yeah, definitely. All right, we got the Mirrored Fury here. Let's do it. Let's slam this guy. I know people are like don't like towers or whatever. I think it's not great from a content creation
Picture in
standpoint.
picture.
Oh yeah, picture in
That's
picture.
what they're calling
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
I remember picture in picture being like
Picture
a
in
thing.
picture is actually something different to me because I grew up with TVs that had picture in picture. So
That's where I
for
was
me,
going.
it
Yeah.
means that one video is in a small box floating in the top left corner, and the other video is the whole screen.
Yep.
And they're saying these are picture in picture ads, but not really because they kind of take up the entire border of like either they'll take up a giant portion of the right or left of the screen or whatever, and then or they take up the far right and the bottom of the screen. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway.
For me, picture in picture is my dad is watching one sports game and then he has a little he's keeping an eye on another sports game to see if it gets more interesting, or maybe one of them goes to commercial, and then there you go. That's what I think of when I think of picture in picture.
Me too. But you know, there's advertising. It's gonna evolve.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll be advertised to until we're all dead.
God willing. Yeah, I kind of like towers, actually. I'm a contrarian on that front. I think they're all right. I would like to see some changes, though. I think the grand project, being able to go to anything that's in range of a tower, I think that should just be baseline for all towers, all tablets, whatever. That's the biggest complaint I have with them. But from a content creation standpoint, definitely like PoE 1's version, where I can just like go like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and do 100 maps with this set of the tablets and this one layout, and that's what I'm doing. Like, and then I can tell you what the results are. That is way simpler and like more reproducible. I don't know that it's necessarily better. It's easier for that specific style of content creation, which has been somewhat well liked for us. Like, people have liked that kind of video in the past. Not like our biggest runaway success type of video, though. I think our like most successful one has just been like finding the right build and talking about it. And then what is the right build? I don't know.
All of them.
Yeah, basically, you just kind of have to.
I mean,
keep
literally,
flailing
that's
around.
the answer. All of them. It's like, what's the best flavor of tomato sauce? All of them. What's the best color of phone case? All of them. You know, I mean, the more you can saturate the market, the more eyeballs you can gain. So we hear anyway.
Yeah.
We've also been told it's a terrible time to be a Path of Exile streamer or a gaming streamer. It's a terrible time to start streaming. It's a terrible time to... Path of Exile isn't... We get told a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, look, I will say, I remember Zizarin, I think, like, sometime last year, saying basically, like, this past year's probably been... And he was very polite, about, like, very nice about it, because he seems like he's a nice guy. Where he's saying, like, I'm fine. Like, I'm doing all right. But for people who were like, oh, I'm going to start being a PoE content creator, like, this last year was not a great time to do it, unfortunately. And he's just talking about, like, the horrible delays that happened with, you know, with the last year of PoE. And I got to say, yeah, he pretty much nailed the time that we chose to do it. But I don't know. It's been really fun. It's been really fun. And we're just trying to keep it, you know, expanding and doing more stuff like streaming and whatever else. And it's been going well. It's been going fun, at least.
It has been fun, yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, Yeah, I was thinking about that. So the Florida lottery was like insane. The Powerball was insane,
It's
and the
like
lottery was
$1 billion or
insane,
something, yeah.
and of course everybody starts talking about what they do with the money if they won and whatever. A lot of people want to buy a lot of things and go on lavish vacations and stuff, but
Ugh.
um, Larold and I are pretty similar in our desires for what we would do with money. We would improve the lives of people around us, people
Yeah.
who have helped us. And there are a few small purchases we'd make. In the grand scheme of things, they would be very small. Um, that we could probably accomplish with 50 grand, and then we're set. We're good from that point on.
Kinda.
Like the
Yeah.
rest would just be the stuff we used for other people. Like we really don't want a lot of stuff. We're not materialistic people, so that just doesn't. it would be weird for us to have a bunch of money suddenly, but
Yeah.
we would still make videos. We both talked about this. We would still make videos. We'd still stream. Like we
Yeah.
just, we don't want our mind to die because we won the lottery. We would
Pretty
still want to be
much.
thinking and doing. We would still do, like Larold was saying, he would still do yard work.
Yeah, I hated it growing up, but I've very rapidly become Hank Hill. I'm in my Hank Hill mode. Um, I don't know. I think the act of doing something physical, like just something with your body, whether it's like deliberate exercise, which I was an athletic and sports guy once upon a time in my past. Now I'm just like, I like video games, and then I'll cut the grass and weed eat or whatever, but like having something to do with your body is good for like keeping your mind clear. I mean, that was my first character this league's name. Lift big rock, make man happy. Like, I do think there's like a very real aspect to that in life. Lift big rock, make man happy.
Yeah. Well, if you start making it, let us know.
Yeah.
We tried to subscribe to people who to content creators who subscribe to us. If you are somebody who posts videos of your family and stuff, we may not subscribe.
Yeah.
Because I don't know your family, and
Yeah.
that would be strange. But our family has actually recently started making videos.
Yeah.
So
Surprisingly.
yeah.
But I think that's
So we
nice.
yeah. But we're not gonna cross the streams, literally.
No, not at all.
We're not gonna. Nothing from extended family is going to appear with our stream.
No. I mean, respect to people who are like big successful streamers and feel like they are okay with like letting personal information be out there. And then they don't get murdered. Like, that's great when the end of the story is that people know who they are on the internet and everything's fine. That's fantastic. That is the goal for everyone. But, the internet can be a scary place too.
And I had a very much public role at another company, and did videos and talked on the news for a major corporation, and so I have retired from that life, and I operate under a different name. I've literally just faded into oblivion, exactly where I want to be.
Yeah.
Don't want any public spotlight.
No, that's good.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Just be a regular person. That is the trouble with people who win the lottery, is they make it too obvious. They're like, oh, there will be signs. Yeah, there will probably be signs if you know me. Like, if you really know me, there will be signs, because I'll be giving you money to solve your problem. but if you don't know me,
Nothing
you
wrong with
probably
that.
wouldn't know that I won the lottery. Because most of my life would not change. Most of my life would still be relatively similar. I just wouldn't have to worry about things, which would be great.
I think a life without worry sounds pretty nice.
I'd probably find something else to worry about if I'm being real, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Probably worry about something else I can't control or whatever.
That's that's very likely.
The human condition.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like his weapon quite a bit.
Oh,
Actually.
the pillar? He just hits you with a giant
Yeah.
pillar?
Yeah, he's just like, this seems useful, I'll just use this.
Yeah, I mean, technically speaking, he hits Quinn with a giant pillar. He doesn't hit me. I dodge.
Okay, yeah. Wow, throwing shade. Oh no, we're gonna
At
get
Quinn,
blown
you
up
better
on that.
believe. I wouldn't make fun of Quinn if I didn't like him.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we both said, yeah, we could both use new cars. We could use some new, like,
Yeah,
computer equipment. I have a very old computer, so, like, I could definitely use a new computer and some new monitors.
that's true.
And then there's a few things that I want to fix up around my house. And other than that, I wouldn't move. I wouldn't, like, I don't think I would go up a size in house or anything. I really like where
Nah.
I'm at. And, yeah, I just, the rest of the money would just be, like, you know, help my mom out, help my family, help Laurel's family, and
Yeah.
yeah, it would be very private.
I think it's a nice, like, thought experiment. You know, it's one of those things that growing up, I was like,
It's a
is
good
that
thought
dumb to think
experiment.
about?
It feels
But no.
nice.
Exactly. It's a good thought experiment
Yeah,
for just being
feels
like, let me get my
nice.
priorities in order. Like, what is it that I actually want to do with my time and with my life and stuff? Like, when I was younger and
Exactly.
stupider, I definitely, like, wanted to be a big deal in the world. And it's like, who's a big deal in the world? Like, who's a name that everybody
I don't really want to be a big deal. I just want to, like, live life in peace. When you're a big deal, it sounds
Exactly.
messy and annoying.
You know who was a big deal in the world? Osama bin Laden.
Mhm.
Yeah. No thanks. Pass.
Yeah, no, I'm pass on that.
Quick and lethal.
What do we got here? We got ourselves Breach and Ritual. Alright, cool.
We hit 29,000 subscribers on the dot.
Hot damn. That's pretty cool.
Very cool. There are 29,000 people that want to know when we put out new content. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you all.
Thank you. You're great. We
That's
love
right.
you.
Yeah, we love you. Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Yeah.
I need more mana.
What's the last movie you watched?
Oh.
Movie chat time. It could be a bad movie. You don't have to lie. You can say a movie that sucks.
Oh, I actually don't really know. I could tell you the last show I was watching, but I
That
can't
counts.
tell you.
Movies are shows. Shows are movies.
Oh,
Whatever.
No. This is a TV show. I'm trying
Yeah.
to think what the last movie I watched
I didn't
was.
figure you meant like a show tune.
Let me look at my collection.
Yeah.
And see what it was. My incredibly normal, legal, paid for collection, to be clear.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. I know a lot of people have watched that. I have seen a lot of images from it, and I've thought that is some very distinct artwork. You can definitely tell what it is the moment it appears on your screen. Oh, nice. Fracturing Orb. Yeah, I think that's a great way to be a big deal. Yeah, it's just like one hit wonder is like a nice move, or like do one thing that's like a big deal and then move on. Did we just get two
think the
fracturing
last
orbs in one map?
movie-
My god.
And I wonder if does Windows tell you when you last used a file?
I don't know. Maybe. Last used a file? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, Charlie Kaufman's good. Yeah, Synecdoche, New York's good. I haven't gone back and watched Adaptation in quite a while. I think that movie's pretty good. if I remember correctly. If younger me is to be trusted, I think that movie's pretty tight. That is a damn highbrow movie too. That ain't no Transformers. Yeah. I think my favorite director is still Kubrick because he was like a madman. I like an insane genius. It's like a fun whatever like story you could tell yourself about, you know, how his insanity
Oh.
made him so good.
By the way, it does have a. I think Date Visited is actually.
There you go. The last movie I watched, I only watched like the first half of, and then I like turned it off and went to bed. Was It, the recent It?
I
It's
think
not.
that's the most recent thing I watched.
Yeah.
Actually,
What?
I
Oh,
think
really?
that is literally. Yeah, it's at the top of the list for when I just
Huh.
sorted by Visited.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
it
it's
is the last
It.
thing I watched.
It's not a great movie, but I like it. It's very spooky. And what's his name? Is he Stellar Skateboard's son? That plays Bill Skarsgård? That plays
I have no idea.
yeah. I don't know. If you it's not like this anymore, but it used to be if you put Stellan Skarsgård's name in a
Oh no, Visited is not the right thing. I think that's literally like if you were somewhere physically or something.
yeah. If you put it in a
Okay.
Google Docs, it would correct him to Stellar Skateboard. Anyway, Stellar Skateboard. Great actor. Really like him in Dune as Baron Harkonnen. He's so good. As a big fat evil monster man with a horrifying voice. But yeah, Bill Skarsgård, I think maybe is his son, and he's a great, scary Pennywise the Dancing Clown. I know you love clowns,
Nope.
but I do think Pennywise the Dancing Clown is like a solid character.
Yes, it does have it. Date accessed.
Oh,
Yeah, literally, you can sort by date accessed.
yeah,
And you could do a time range or the last month or today.
yeah.
Dope. Yeah, the last movie I watched was it.
Nice. So I know people didn't love it, Chapter 2. People didn't like the idea that they split that movie into 2 movies, which it had to be 2 movies, because the story in the book, like 1,300 pages long. It's like absurdly long.
It sounds like a Moby Dick of a book.
Well, it's Stephen King, you know, doing what he does.
Not all of his books are that
No, they're
long,
not all
though.
that long, but that one is.
Dean
if I
Koontz
remember
is the one
correctly.
that's real wordy.
Yeah. I know. I kind of like Richard Bachman books more than Stephen King books, if I'm being honest. Didn't he make The Running Man? I know he did The Long Walk.
It's
Running Man is
1,100
awesome.
pages.
Jesus
1138,
Christ.
by the way.
That is an absurdly long book.
I don't really think it's that long.
For a book about an evil clown from outer space. Well, not really a clown. You know, a monster from outer space that eats children. I think that's pretty long.
I don't know. I guess, I've read so many books.
Yeah.
And I read things for a living right now, so.
Yeah. True.
I don't know.
Either way, I will say the story
A typical
definitely needs to be
novel
split into
ranges
2.
between 250 and 400 pages.
Yeah.
So 1,100 is a long novel, a very
Yeah,
long novel.
yeah,
Usually
yeah.
a collection of novels.
Right. It is very much a story, whether you're talking about the book or I love the miniseries. It has Tim Curry. This is from the 90s. Tim Curry as Pennywise the Dancing Clown. Incredible Pennywise the Dancing Clown. Goddamn, I love Tim Curry. Scary ass actor.
Actually, it seems that most fiction books are between 300 and 700 pages.
It's a lot of pages.
So,
These are as expected.
yeah, the average would be like 450.
Yeah. Well,
It's on
Huh.
the higher end, but yeah.
it's definitely
I was gonna
pretty
say
long.
I've read a lot of books that were in the 500, 600 range because
Yeah,
a lot of them are
yeah.
like, I would say a lot of classic literature is on the lower end, usually in the like 190 to 260 page area.
Yeah.
most books that are classic literature are that, but yeah, it's a pretty long book.
Yeah,
Moby
it
Dick
really
is a
is.
very long book, by the way.
Damn right. Melville's tedious opus. That is surprisingly detailed on the amount of stuff about whaling, and also isn't that book
Way too detailed.
isn't that book very, very gay as well, but in like an
It is very
1800s
gay,
way, where it's like
yeah.
not
Yes,
intentionally,
the men,
not intentionally gay,
no, but there's a lot of
accidentally.
scenes. There's a lot of scenes where the men touch each other's hands while sorting through the whale fat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's visually gay.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't care, but still, yes, it is. It's a topic that I actually had to discuss in one of my classes, and yeah, I didn't like that book.
No. It's not a book that's really meant to be liked, is it?
There are people who love it,
Yeah.
so
I think that a lot of the, like, my version of Moby Dick, whatever, like filmmakers making their version of it, like I think that's like a lot better than the original. It's a concept that was superseded by all the things that built upon it, and I got a perfect other alternative. Frankenstein. I hated that book, but I think the premise of like science creating a thing that is like beyond its capacity to contain, that's like, too much, too ambitious and evil, like I think that's a cool concept. That's how we got Jurassic Park. A much better story than Mary Shelley's horribly boring Frankenstein. You about to disagree with me and say that you love it? You love the modern Prometheus?
no, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, it's boring.
There were a lot of classic literature pieces I had to read in college that I was not a fan of.
Yeah. I kind of know what you mean with the suffixes. I kind of found myself in the same boat making some upgrades to this character earlier today, where I was like, huh, I kind of have some free suffixes. What am I doing here? I'm not mad at it, but it is weird. I think some of it maybe comes from the fact that your Chaos Res doesn't get nuked in this game, and the other resistances are like, they're still pretty like, they give you a pretty good amount of whatever elemental resistances on like Ellie Res gear. It's definitely better than it was prior to this patch. I think that's probably what their calculus was in making all the stat requirements for all the gear be like enormous, but they were out of line. It was like 200 plus for like skills and gear. Like, it's too much with only getting 5 per travel point. I mean, energy shield recharge isn't bad.
Barely broke a sweat.
Yeah, that's probably a fair criticism, Ole, of like anything that kind of creates a genre. I'm sure there are plenty of examples of like a thing that is like the first one to ever do it that just like totally knocks it out of the park and nobody ever came close again. I'm sure that there are films that I love that hit that tone, but I can't think of in this moment. But boy, yeah, a lot of the time a lot of the time that like first attempt at a concept is very unfinished.
Suffer.
Like
Or
Diablo 4.
tedious.
I mean, what?
Well, no, unfortunately, that's what makes it so tragic. God, the fact that they had Diablo 3 made and then they made a worse version of it with less content. It didn't even really look better. How is it possible that it was worse in every category, including appearance?
I don't know.
God. Yeah, I had that same moment for a little bit on the Pathfinder, briefly,
If it's locked, it must
while I
be
was like
fast.
working my way up through,
No mana.
whatever, like early mapping.
Quick and lethal. Out of mana.
All right, I think this is gonna be the last map of the night for us here.
Yeah, we toyed around with it, but ultimately we're using footage that Larold is getting while streaming for the videos that we're making
Yeah,
generally. And so having the chat on them is pretty intrusive no matter where we put it on the screen. And we don't really we do see that other creators, other like big names in Path of Exile are not including both chats in the same window,
yeah,
even though they are streaming on both platforms. Some of
true.
them are actually streaming to 3 or 4 platforms.
That's a
And
lot.
I think, well, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and
Oh,
TikTok.
forgot about
So,
Facebook.
or Instagram Live
Take it.
if they're not
Huh.
streaming directly on Facebook. But yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, we could do all that. We could stream to those other places. I don't really know. It's not like it costs us anything extra.
Yeah, I guess
Um,
so.
Someone will want that.
but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. It creates a lot of clutter to be readable is the issue.
True.
Like if it could be small, then it would be fine. And if it would keep fitting to a general shape,
Yeah.
it would probably be fine.
Like, I
But
have a setup for
because
chat. It's kind of
yeah,
intrusive right there, as you can see.
yeah.
Like, that's the chat window. Yeah. I certainly can't read that in the, like, small frame that's on my screen. And it's readable, but now it's blocking stuff. So, I don't know. It might be something we play around with more. But I don't know.
Yeah, you can make it like transparent as
Yeah,
well, but then it makes it even harder to read.
true.
So, yeah, I don't know. If anybody has an example of someone who's doing that in a successful way, please hit me up on Discord,
True.
please.
Yeah.
Because we're very interested in making the experience better for everyone, and if that means having chat on the screen makes it better for everyone, then great. If some
Yeah.
people like,
And I mean,
we've been asked about it a couple of times, so
I think
obviously
if
some people
anybody
care.
complains about it on a YouTube, being on a YouTube video, shut up.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah. Don't worry, they'll tell you that they're upset there's chat on the screen and that you're definitely not having fun because it's not possible in the same
That's right.
comment.
That's possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah. But no, I mean, if someone is doing it successfully in a much more elegant way, like, I mean, send it my way. We're interested
Yeah.
in adding that.
Yeah, I mean, my fear is I just don't want things to look crappy. I just don't want
Like,
things to
I
look
would say
bad.
the issue right now is that Path of Exile is like the UI elements are already so large, and then you add in like the add-ons for pricing and what have you, and then next thing you know, there's a lot of visual clutter. Like, you can't even read your own chat right now,
Yeah. Yeah.
because the panel's over it.
Yeah.
Not that you don't know what those lines say, I do too, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know where to put it.
Yeah. I mean, that really is what it is, but it's probably a thing to do so that people can feel like they're a part of a full conversation. I don't know. We kick all of this stuff around and try and figure out, like, what the right approach is.
Oh,
It's
and
helpful to get
sometimes
feedback,
nobody anywhere is talking about the thing. That's
Also
something to
true.
think about too. Laryl and I just go off on tangents.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
sometimes you're not actually missing anybody saying anything at all.
True, true, true. Well, yeah, I mean, I think ultimately we're always happy to get any feedback to make the viewing experience better, whether it's on stream or in videos. And obviously we're just happy if we can help people, I don't know, have fun or improve or
Yeah.
whatever. Or just hang out, just chill. And thank you to everybody who has hung out and chilled tonight.
Yeah, we were curious what this was going to be like on a Saturday night because, like, we don't stream much, so we had no idea if there would be anybody showing up or not. And it's actually really pleasant to see that there's, about 20 people watching on YouTube and almost 10 people watching on Twitch. Considering our Twitch
Yeah.
is so new, like, for Path of Exile,
Yeah.
like, I think that's actually pretty good for our
Feels
first,
like it.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, being like, Twitch has all their data that they tell you, like, this is the right time to stream, and they tell you, like, at
Yeah,
least
they're
for
wrong.
us, they told us, like, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday morning and midday, and so, like, we did a couple of those, and, like, I don't know that their internal info was correct. They also said,
Alternatively,
they also said that we
when
should
we've gone-
stream Diablo 2
Yeah.
Remastered, and I was like, no, pass.
No, not that. Not that. Well, usually the 3 streams before this week and last week were actually at like 2 o'clock in the morning our time,
Yeah.
Eastern GMT minus
Yeah,
5.
streaming like
And
2 a.m. to 6 a.m. or something.
Yeah, like 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. And we had like 70 people watching on YouTube, which we were like, what?
Peak gamer hours, baby.
So, we just figured like, oh, that's when people want to watch. That's when people want to watch this, I guess.
Seems like it.
That does require a lot of a lot
Yeah.
of changes for both of us in our lives for making that schedule possible. Not that we hate it. We actually don't hate it. We
No,
are
I like
definitely an at-night crew, but yeah.
That's true. Yeah, not having to compete
That's
with
true,
the big
yeah,
boys is good.
Yeah, less competition for sure. And I'm sure Saturday night, I mean, look, I don't really watch a lot of streamers. I kind of pop in now and then to different streamers, and I have a couple of people that I follow on WoW that are streamers, and I join like some of their raids and stuff, but I'm not a huge streaming watcher because we're usually busy making videos, which
True.
requires and running both channels, which is already like 2 part-time jobs. So
Yeah.
I don't my time for that kind of stuff is limited, but for the people that I do watch, it's like I Saturday is a pretty tough day. There's a lot of people available that aren't working their day jobs, but into the deep middle of the night, I feel like there's nobody.
I mean,
There's, like, really nobody.
I've always been an owl too, so like that has always appealed to me. Like, I mean, some of my earliest memories are me just being up in the middle of the night when I'm supposed to be asleep and everybody else in the family is asleep, and I'm like 7 and it's
Same.
4 a.m. and I'm like,
Same.
what's going on right now? This feels like a great time to be up playing video games.
Yep.
And indeed it is.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think that does it for us for tonight, but thank you to everybody for tuning in. And everybody who
appreciate you.
followed, and everyone who subscribed on Twitch. That was very kind. Everybody have a good night.